Hello viewers, today we are going to start a new chapter, weather and climate, that is chapter number 3 from our syllabus. So at first we should know about the weather and climate. What is the actual meaning of weather and climate? So here you can see weather is a short-term state of the atmosphere, whereas the climate is a long-term pattern of weather. Means the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere in a particular place is called the weather. On the other hand, climate is the average of weather condition over a long period of time at a particular place. Long period of time means near about 30 to 35 years. Okay. For example, suppose I am telling now it is bright and sunny. So it is called weather. Suppose I am telling it rained for 3 days. So this is called weather. And what is the climate of India? Tropical monsoon type of climate. So this is called the climate. Okay. So what is the differences between weather and climate? Here you can see. Weather is the daily condition of the atmosphere at a particular place and time, whereas climate is the sum total of the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time. That means climate is the average weather condition of a place, usually measured near about 30 to 35 years. Weather may change many times during a day, and climate it changes after a long period of time. Weather affects the daily life of the people, and climate affects the food habits, transportation, housing, occupation pattern of the people of a particular place. The last point, here you can see the scientists who study weather are called the meteorologists, and the scientists who study climate are called the climatologists. So these are the basic differences between weather and climate. Now we are going to discuss about the factors affecting the weather. Temperature, humidity, precipitation, air pressure, wind, cloud layer. These are the factors affecting the weather. Okay. So we will discuss about one by one, right? First point, here you can see, first point is the temperature. So some places have nearly the same temperature throughout, and while in other places the temperature may vary on a day-to-day basis. So this depends on where the sun rays heat the surface of the earth. That means it depends on the insolation, amount of insolation. Insolation means incoming solar radiation. So we all know that the equator divides our earth into two equal parts, right? So the areas located near the equator are always warm because the region gets the vertical sun ray throughout the year, and the areas farthest from the equator will change with season. That means in winters it will become really cold, and similarly in summer it will be really hot. So temperature is a very important factor in determining the weather because it controls other elements of weather. Like which elements? Like precipitation, humidity, clouds, atmospheric pressure, etc. Now our second point is the atmospheric pressure. So what do you mean by atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure simply refers to the heaviness of air in the atmosphere. There is a close relationship between the atmospheric pressure and the temperature. So the areas having high temperature will have low pressure. On the other hand, the areas having low temperature will have high pressure. Okay. And when a difference in air pressure occurs, it results in the formation of winds that blow from a high pressure area to a low pressure areas. Okay. Next point is the humidity. Humidity means, what is the meaning of humidity? Humidity is the measurable amount of moisture in the air of the lower atmosphere. two types of humidity are there, absolute humidity and the relative humidity. So what is absolute humidity? Absolute humidity denotes the actual amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere, which can be measured in grams per cubic meter. On the other hand, relative humidity means, here you can see the formula of relative humidity. See, it is the ratio of the amount of water vapor in the air at a specific means a particular temperature to the maximum amount that the air could hold at the same temperature, and it is usually expressed as percentage. See, so it is written, relative humidity is actual water vapor content divided by maximum water vapor capacity of the air into 100. Okay, so what is the differences between the absolute humidity and relative humidity? See, first point, you can write the definition of absolute and relative humidity. The actual amount of water vapor present in the air is commonly referred to as absolute humidity, and the relative humidity is the ratio of the actual amount of water vapor in the air compared to the maximum amount that the air could hold at the same temperature. Okay, next difference, you can write absolute humidity, it is expressed in grams per cubic meter. On the other hand, relative humidity, it is usually expressed as a percentage. Okay, so these are the basic differences between the absolute and relative humidity. And the last point, you can write absolute humidity is totally independent of the temperature. On the other hand, relative humidity, if the temperature goes up, relative humidity goes down, and vice versa. Okay, these are the difference. Next, our next point is the precipitation. Means the factors affecting the weather. We have already discussed about the temperature, humidity, air pressure. Now next one is the precipitation. So what is the meaning of precipitation? When the water vapor rises into the atmosphere, it starts cooling as the air at higher levels is much cooler. So this makes water vapor to condense and cause the formation of water droplets, right? These water droplets stick together and forms clouds. As the clouds become colder, the water droplets become heavy and it impossible to float in the air. Then the water droplets come down in the form of precipitation like the rainfall, snowfall, etc. So this is the formation of precipitation, right? Next point is a wind. Wind also a important factor. Wind means the movements of air from high pressure to low pressure area. Okay, so this is the important factor. Now we are going to discuss about the weather instrument. Let's see, here you can see these are the instruments: thermometer, rain gauge, wind vane, anemometer, barometer, etc. Okay, first one is the thermometer. What is thermometer? The temperature is measured using this instrument. So here you can see that picture of thermometer you can see from your textbook. The thermometer measures temperature in Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale, and other scale also there, which is called the Kelvin. Okay, here you can see the picture. Next one is the rain gauge. What is rain gauge? Meteorologists measure rainfall using an instrument which is called the rain gauge. Okay, after every 24 hours the water collected in a container, and the measuring cylinder also there, that gives a reading of the particular day's total rainfall. Next is the wind vane. What is wind vane? If we want to know the direction in which the wind is blowing, so we can use a simple instrument which is called the wind vane, right? Next, anemometer also there. What is anemometer? It is an instrument called the cup anemometer, helps to measure the speed of the wind. So we can measure the speed of the wind by using this instrument, which is called the anemometer. The speed of the wind is measured in kilometers per hours. Last one is the barometer. What is barometer? A barometer is an instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure. Okay. The last thing is isotherm and isoweight. What is isotherm? See, isotherm is a type of line drawn on the map which connects the several places with same temperature in a specific time. That means these are the imaginary lines joining the places on a map experiencing the same temperature, means the equal temperature. And next one is the isoweight. What is isoweight? Isoweight is a type of line drawn on the map which connects several places with same amount of rainfall in a specific time. That means isoweight also the imaginary lines which is used to connect the areas on the map which receive the same amounts of rainfall above the mean sea level. Okay.